Taking on the support of the women and stop out the Texas Roadhouse. This Wednesday, December 17th, where the set of the war going back to stop out the Texas Roadhouse. December 17th.
Hello and welcome back to Dekalb High School, home of the Barons. We're so excited to bring you today's varsity Dekalb girls basketball game, and we are going to play the national anthem now. Thank you again for joining us tonight. The DeKalb Lady Barons versus the Leo Lions. Nice conference matchup here tonight. I'm Wyatt Nepper, and I'm joined with
Matthew Schumann.
And we're very excited for tonight's game. Right now, they're going to be announcing lineups, and then we're going to get this game underway. So, what are you looking forward to most of this game, Matthew?
Well, Leo's got a really good player, and I believe it's Leah Chappelle. She's got all the stats possible. She has 16.3 points per game and 11.6 rebounds per game. She averages a double per game, and 2 times this year she's been one block, 1 steal, 1 assist away from a triple-double, and that's one of those type of achievements that is not rarely achieved in high school basketball or basketball in general, and she's almost hit it twice. And one time she was 2 stats away in another game. So she is a really good player. So the Barons going to have to figure out a way to lock her down. Whether they're going to put 2 people on her or not, that's going to be the interesting factor, how they stop her from making a difference. And then Abby Harris is probably going to be the person that they put up on against her. So that's going to be a great head-to-head matchup to watch in this game.
Yep, there's going to be stats against ambition tonight. We're going to see how much the Lady Barons want this versus a tough Leo team in conference. Leo has just played 4 more games than the Lady Barons. They're 8-3 compared to the California. They are coming off a 2-loss winning streak, so they desperately, I shouldn't say desperately, but a win would be great here tonight. The Barons just snapped a 3-loss game streak with a win last week, so they're hoping to improve on that. They haven't played as many games like you said, so when you play more games, you get more into the rhythm of it, more into just the feel for the game and your partners out on the court, so that might show tonight. Yeah, but here continuing on for the Barons, there are still a few starters missing. Reese Schmidt is still out on injury. We're hoping that she's going to be rejoining the Lady Barons. She's been on the sidelines cheering on JV and varsity together.
She will be out for the rest of the season.
Oh, that's too bad.
She's going to have a surgery on her knee, so she will be out for the rest of the season. And Ellington Sparkman will also not be playing today either. Another one of the 5 starting for the Barons. So the Barons are missing 2 starters tonight.
Yeah, that's really making it a tough job. Luckily, the Lady Barons were able to take on another game previously this week and just learn more about their group with those 2 starters gone and snap that 3-game losing streak for a win. Here we go for the jump. It's Kyla Chandalin facing off against Leo. Leo gets the first ball, sending it across the timeline. Sending it up and around, trying to move these Lady Barons around the court. Driving it in, and not there, but Leo's able to get the rebound, and it's a jump ball.
Gotta make those shots. Get an open look in the basket. You can't throw away those opportunities. When you have an open look like that, especially in the lane that close, you have to sink those baskets.
Yeah, but from the looks of it, I mean, she looks quite a bit taller than our Lady Barons. I mean, just looking at their stats, that was Leah Chappelle. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Putting that up, and she is 5'11". The actual tallest girl on the Leo lines is 6 foot Emma Connolly, number 40, and I mean that's going to be another tough matchup against the Lady Barons if Abby Harris is going to be stopping her. Harris sending it up, but not quite. It's off the rim, and Leo's back at it with 7 minutes, a minute ticked off this clock.
I like that shot from Abby Harris. That's where she makes a good amount of her points. She's really good from beyond the arc and from 3 points. So when she has an open look like that, I like to see her take it.
Yep, Tyler Chandalin getting a nice block there under the basket. Here we go, no foul called, and it's Barron's ball. Passing around the edge, Sonnenberg puts it up.
She was on fire again. These Barons, Molly and Abby, are both really good from 3.
Not quite getting a hang of it. 0 for 3 there for threes, and the only shots the Barons have taken. But it's good to get those nerves out early in the game.
And it's really hard to determine, well, should you go in for the 2 or should you just take the open look from 3? And they had an open look 3 times from 3. It's just too good to pass down, especially when you're this good of a shooting team.
It really is, and I mean, no one can blame them. It's still 0-0. No harm, no foul, and it is Leo's ball. Barron's putting on some heavy pressure here. Chandala knocking it away.
Pell lost the ball.
Yep, into the arms of Sonnenberg. Almost a slip there, but Barron's able to maintain it around the arc.
Get a little reset in here. Start up one of your new plays or just new ideas. You don't try to make a play every single time, but you just try to get one of your offensive ideas going.
Yep, and I'm wondering, seeing how this game is going so far, if this is going to be another low-scoring game similar to that of the JV game, but there Abby Harris knocks one in for 3.
That's what I'm talking about. When she gets those open looks, she can normally make those shots. That's her first 3, and she's going to take a lead here.
Nice shot by her, and Leo's able to head back up under the basket, 2-3. Harris taking it down court.
I think we're seeing a weakness here, the Barons, really quickly. They haven't gotten many shots in the paint now, that albeit they've had a lot of open looks beyond the 3, and Leo's 2 points just came within the paint, so that might be a weakness for the Dekalb Barons for the rest of this ball game.
Yep, but there's a foul called. Barons taking it in. 5:13 on the clock. 3-2. Fouls are going to be a big deal throughout this game, as they were in the JV game. I mean, that's where a lot of the Barons' lead came from, with fouls in the bonus.
And that was Mackenzie Collins who got called for her first foul of the night.
Sending it around the arc. Abby Harris calling up a play, trying to move the Barons around, trying to move Leo around.
I've said this before, finishing the shot for Davis.
Here, the Barons are going to need to watch it. They're going to need to slow down, find that opening. They were rushing a little bit after that breakaway, and it makes sense. But we've got a great shooting team, and Abby Harris nails another 3.
2 for 4, 50%. That's what we've been talking about, but a quick play in transition for Leo.
Yep, and all 6 points for the Barons so far, but there Leo's able to match it with another 3 from number 21, Mackenzie Collins.
You got to get back and play defense of the Barons. There is no time to celebrate your points, because just like that, it got back to bite them, and now they find themselves in a deficit again, 6-7.
Yeah, the Barons are really going to need to watch it tonight on that. Just as JV discovered, it was a low-scoring game for a long time, and the Barons just need to find those breaks when they're able to and shut down Leo on defense. Well, it's looking like it's shaping up to be a great game, 6-7, maybe low-scoring, but it is nonetheless exciting.
Yeah, it's been so far good competition. I think the one thing we're going to see, though, Abby Harris is 50% from 3, but the number will eventually dwindle down to 33%. So if the Barons can't get any type of short-range shooters or jumpers or any points within the paint, I think Leo's is going to be able to outlast. So they have to start to find some way to get down underneath the hoop.
And we're going to need to see the Barons spread out their shot making, get some diversity in those points, as Leo has shown already in this game. Here we go. Harris taking it down the court. 4 minutes to go. Driving in. Still Barron's ball.
And they're going to call Taylor Davis out of bounds on the baseline. It looked like Abby Harris was fouled as she went up to get the shot.
That's what I was thinking, but no call. Sends it out to Shindal. Still passing it around the arc, trying to move Leo around. Not quite able to get inside the paint, just like you were saying. Barron's still working around the outside, and they're going to need to find an opening here. The clock is just winding down. But there, Sonnenberg puts it up off the rim, and it's Leo's ball.
Good play there by Kyla. She's got to get up. You got to get up and make the play. It was a good play there. Try to force Taylor out of bounds. But you got to get back on defense on the other side of the court. She eventually does. Those cross-court passes for Leo, a little bit sketchy. So far, they haven't caused a turnover, but that's one of those places where we see a lot of turnovers in high school. It's just wild passes.
There's a foul from the three, so Kylie Chindalan is going to head up to the free throw line, the charity stripe, and gets an opportunity to match Leo or possibly extend their lead.
And that's Taylor Davis's first foul in 9. That was a late call there by the ref, so a little bit questionable, but nonetheless, I do believe there was a foul.
And there so far, the Lions have already committed 2 fouls against the Barons, and I mean, those numbers a lot of times will rise throughout the game, and the Barons could see, both teams, honestly, with how defensive this game is, could see a lot of time at the charity stripe, and that could be a big factor in such a tight game like this. Well, making 1 for 3, Kyla and the Barons headed down court.
Looking for the open lane. Good collapse defense there by the Barons. And that's just going to be miscommunication, and that's going to cause a turnover.
A nice job by the Barons there, gaining possession, able to hold themselves. Harris sending it up, but not quite able to get a hang on that.
Barons are looking for quick points in transition, and they try to feed it to Abby Harris from 3. Couldn't get it to fall down. That's what I've been talking about. It just doesn't seem that deep. And Ellington Sparkman is out there, so she wasn't. Apparently, she didn't have her sweats off. They called the starting lineup.
Well, hopefully she'll be able to make a difference in this game as another starter for the Barons joins them. Leo sending it with some tight passes. There's a foul called. Ella Nixon. Here we go. Both teams tied up with 2 fouls each. 7-7.
Lapel at the line. She's 84% from free throw so far this season.
That's a nice stat, and what's that compared to Abby Harris?
74% for Abby Harris, and that's our best free throw shooter.
Well, it's going to be a tough combo, but there already we can see.
Good play there, Molly, trying to get the ball away before she gets a travel call on her.
Yep, and numbers are hard to live up to, and we're going to see how they match the pressure of this game. Still passing around the arc. Barron's not able to get inside.
That's okay. You've got no shot clock. Plenty of time to work with. Open look.
Sending it up, and it is bounced up. Lions getting the ball, but triple team there.
And Leo's going to call timeout to get out of that scenario, and I like that timeout a lot. Possessions are a lot. You'd hate to have a turnover in that case scenario. I also like that play there by the Barons. They found Ella on the open look. She didn't get the shot to go down, but if they can do that every single possession, I do believe they'll end up winning this ball game. Those shots will eventually fall in.
And while we have a break in the action, hopefully we can thank some of our sponsors, Ben Davis, Bedford Weber, Blythe, AES, OPS. We're so thankful for you sponsoring Dekalb Athletics and Dekalb BCD. We're so happy to bring you the action tonight at Dekalb High School. Lady Barons and Lions headed back on court. It is going to be Lions ball headed down. And once again, for the second game in a row, we're not seeing a full court press from the Barons.
Sometimes that's just because they know the other team is faster and they can break that full court press and get quick points and transition. So you play conservative like that.
It's a fair call. The Barons getting that rebound. Chindalan rushing in, but just hesitating there. Not able to get the pass out in time, and Lions snag it.
Got to hold the ball a little bit closer to you and keep it being more protective.
There, it's out. Lions ball, leading 8-7. Sending it over the heads of the Barons. That's where the Height's going to come in. I mean, that pass wasn't the sharpest, but the Lions are able to stay over the heads of the Barons and get those rebounds to turn the heat up. Leo 10, Barons 7.
There was something a little weird about that play. Lapel had the ball for Leo down in the paint. She had a mismatch against her defender. I would have liked to seen her work the paint and get the two. Either way, Leo still gets 2 points.
Yeah, Abby Harris driving in there, but not getting the layup. Lions get the rebound and are heading down. Working the three, not getting it. Harris gets the rebound. 30 seconds to go.
That was a long three from downtown.
Barons here slowing it down, looking to get the last, looks like they're looking to get the last possession and hopefully match the Lions going into the second quarter.
Abby had a free there. She wanted to take it.
The Barons need to go in. 1 second. And there's a foul called, but that's the quarter.
It looked like Sparkman was trying to draw a foul underneath the hoop when she went to go get the layup. She didn't get the call. That's going to cost them a big possession there at the end of the quarter.
Here we go. We're able to see the Lady Barons and the Lions cheerleaders head to head. Not usually something we can say. Not many schools are able to carry their cheerleaders with them.
A lot of school spirit for Leo.
Yep, especially for a conference game here. Not too far away compared to other drives. And I'm glad to see some rivals headed out. There we go. Both teams headed back to the court. Lions taking the first shot, and Barons headed out after.
Big possession here for the Barons. Like to get at least 2 points on the board. Don't need to tie the game, but just a great way to make a statement, open up the second quarter.
Yep, and Rain Freed here is coming in this quarter for Kylie Chandalin. We're going to see how that swap out goes for them.
I think that says a lot about the offense the Barons are going to run. They don't have any people that are really good in the post down low underneath the basket. So I think this just says, hey, we're going to be shooting a lot of 2-point jumpers here for our offense.
Yep, the main rebounder for the Barons, Reese Schmidt, sadly out. And we're going to need to see someone filling in that position, hopefully, as the Barons go on the season.
But good guards win games.
Barons still working around the outside. Almost a slip there, but Sparkman able to hold on. Around the outside, he has the look. Lions have the ball with rebound.
Doesn't seem to be her day from beyond the yard.
Oh. Lions just get rebound after rebound and send it in. 7-12. Lions up by 5.
Yeah, what you lack in height, you're going to have to play a little bit more aggressive, and the Barons are already trying to play really aggressive here. They're going to have to somehow find a way to amp that up to make up for their lack of height underneath the hoop to get those rebounds.
Yeah, the Lions are just doing a great job getting over their heads, and they've just got some great height to them. Barons are going to want to slow down, make some plays. Abby Harris working around the top. Working around the corner, calling the plays. Screen there doesn't do much help, but gives Sonnenberg a second to shoot there. There's the foul calls. The first for the quarter.
I believe they call a blocking foul on Leo. That's going to go against, Vagino.
Here, Leo's ball. Heading down court. Sending it way long. Just out. Lions almost saving it. Sending it back out.
We've seen this Baron team be a second half team throughout the year. So no matter what the deficit here is in the first half, we expect them to come back in the second half.
Yep, they've done a great job after the halftime show. We're really hoping for that tonight. Putting it up and not good. Driving in and he gets it over the heads of the Barons, up by 7. Barons looking like they're rushing in here, just not quite quick enough, and the Barons are just going to need to hold their nerve here. They're going to need to relax and find those shots when they're able.
They're going to have to break this man coverage. They can't find any open shots within the 3-point line.
Here we go, still Barons ball. 2 fouls called this quarter, and as we get further in, that could be a big deal.
Yeah, Collins just picked up her second foul. She's going to have a seat on the bench.
Tossing it in, and Sonnenberg just passes it away from Kylie Chindal there.
Great opportunity for some easy 2 points there, and just didn't go the way of the Barons. And those are the things that have to be executed well.
A lot of long passes here from the Lions, and it just sent it over the heads of their compatriots.
Yeah, the full court press got to the Leo there, and it caused the turnover, and that's what the Barons are really good at doing in the full court press, but you do lack being able to get down the court and guard those quick, shots down low.
Harris trying to form something up here at the top of the court. Not finding the opening. Sparkman passes it back out to Sonnenberg. The Lions have just done a great job so far of collapsing down on any opportunities, and the Barons are just going to need to get around that, find some way to draw the Lions away from the ball. Taking a quick shot there, it's an air ball, and off the hands of the Lions. Barons almost gaining possession there, but Lions able to take it. Plenty of time, and he drains it. Number 30 for the Lions, Stella Shelm.
It's a good shot there by Shelm. She set her feet and got her shot in. That's what you like to see. A lot of times when you're moving down the court in transition like that, players often don't set their feet, and she did a good job there, setting her feet, getting her balance, and making her shot.
Yep, sorry if we butcher any names on this newscast. I mean, we'll try our best, but we don't know these girls for the most part.
Yeah, we're not English majors either.
Nope, but we'll try our best. Also looking at the lineup, number 35, a starter for the Lions, Taylor Davis Gibson, used to actually go to Dekalb. She's an R grade, a junior, and looks like she's become a valuable asset for the Lions.
Sometimes it can create tensions between two teams, especially since Gibson did play for the Dekalb Barons in middle school. So when you get things like that, it just creates a little bit weird chemistry on the court and cause a little bit of a rivalry, and teams often play harder in those scenarios.
Yep, and hopefully we'll find that in the Barons coming out and catching up to this lead by the Lions. Here we go, both teams headed out to the court, 3:56 left in this quarter. Barons looking a little more composed here, looking not to rush anything, but trying to force the play. Able to hang on, and Sonnenberg puts it up
or three. She finally gets one to fall down. That's going to be huge for her confidence going through the rest of the game.
Yep, and the only scores so far have been threes and one free throw from Kyla Chandalin. I mean, the Barons are just going to need to step it up. They've had so many opportunities, and they're going to need to use those, convert them.
Again, the Barons didn't get on defense in transition, and that allowed an easy two for Leo. And what a play by Kyla.
A nice job working around the outside, around the defense. She gets her third point for the night.
That was just great touch on that shot. That's a really tough shot to make. I cannot believe she made that.
Just off the rim, Leo still getting the rebound, sending it out. Able to hang on to the ball, send it up. And finally, the Barons are able to grab hold and take it back down court. Kyla Chandalin putting it up. Not quite. Barons sending it around. Nixon putting it up. And she gets another one.
And this is huge momentum going the Barons' way. They got points down low with Kyla. They get a defensive stop, and then they make another three. And you can feel momentum go onto the Barons' bench.
Yep. Oh, but they're right back out at number 30 for the Lions, sending a three back their way. 15-20. Still, the Barons doing better to control this lead by the Lions.
And Shelm just silenced the crowd right there.
A nice jab at it there by Nixon, but just sending it out of bounds.
Would have been huge if she could have came up with the possession there and had a fast break points. She doesn't, though.
Still a nice job by her, keeping the Lions on their toes, making sure that they're ready for anything. A nice block there by Kyla Chandalin. Looks like she has the breakaway, and she gets two.
Big play there. That's almost what they had on the last possession for Leo, and they finally get a fast break points for Dekalb.
Sending it up, Abby Harris in her face, and Kyla Chandalin gets the rebound.
Another big stop, and we're starting to see these Barons play a little bit more aggressive, a little more inspired.
Harris taking it around the inside of paint. There's a foul. It's Leo's ball. Tegan Jordan just drawing that foul.
In this type of game, you're going to have to end up fouling. You're going to have to play aggressive. And I believe that might be the first foul on the Barons all night, so they're fine in the foul category. I like to see players getting aggressive.
Yep, especially with some nice looks there and some good anticipation by the Barons. Ella Nixon almost getting the steal a little bit ago. Kylie Chandalin just smacking it away from the Lions a couple times here. It's going to be big for Barons momentum if they're able to stop Leo from scoring. There's a foul called, just like you were saying. I mean, it's bound to happen. It's tough.
It's going to go against Kyla.
You just got to work with it. You got to do your best here. Try to keep it clean, but there it is. Sending one up and just out.
And she's 1 for 3. She shoots 84% so far this season, and she's only 1 for 3 tonight.
So there's one more. Maybe you jinxed it.
I probably did.
2 for 4, so 50%. Here we go. 50 seconds left on the clock. Abby Harris taking it up. Getting on the inside of the paint, and she gets the 2.
And that's big to see points down underneath the hoop for the Barons. They're starting to figure out this Leo's defense.
Leo working on the same, though, getting in the paint, and there's another 2. 30 seconds to go. Lions maintaining a 5-point lead throughout this second quarter. Trying to work a play, trying to work in the last shot here.
10 seconds left to go in this half. They're looking for a last play.
Abby Harris holding it, shooting. Not quite getting it. Lions pull it down, but Kyla Chandalin's able to keep it clean there. And she gets some time at the charity stripe with 0.2 seconds to go.
You could tell Abby was feeling it as she lined up for that three. She just felt that she had it in her. She didn't, but Kyla still came up with a massive rebound underneath the hoop.
Yeah, great job by her. And now the Barons have a chance for some last-minute points in this quarter.
This one falling in would be huge. Bring it within a 2-point ball game going into half.
Yep, and whether or not Abby made that shot, she gave the Lady Barons a chance as a whole to get that.
Yeah, I actually like that play by Abby a lot because you can tell when a player's feeling like that, most of the time those shots go in and didn't, but she knew that if she shot it and missed, Leo wasn't going to have time to go down the court and get points of their own. In this circumstance, though, Kyla was able to come up with the rebound and end up at the foul line.
Yep, and throughout this game, the Barons and the Lions have done very well to control the other team on when they're on defense, and they have really used their strengths. The Lions using their height under the basket in the paint, they've done a great job there, and the Barons likewise using their three-point strength. 12 of their points have come from the three-point line.
But they started to figure it out at the end of the second quarter, how to deteriorate this Leo defense and finally get some shots within the paint. And you could start to see their offensive explode. And when their offense explodes, their defense is going to do better. It's kind of those cause and effect type scenarios there. When you do get better on the offensive side, you're more likely to play harder on the defensive side. All the Barons have to keep doing is exactly what they did at the end of the second quarter. They figured out how to stop Leo down low, and they figured out how to get points. As long as they stick to that game plan, they're going to be able to win this ball game, even though they're only down 2. For Leo, though, you got to find out a way to how to stop the Barons from doing what they just did at the second quarter, because you're going to know they're going to try to come out and do that exact thing again. So how are you going to stop that? I personally think that you don't put any more people, maybe you do, maybe you put more people in the paint and force them to shoot threes, because right now the Barons are not doing good from 3.
Yep, just a couple of good opportunities there taken by the Barons, but they have spent multiple more shots going for threes than they have actually making them. It's going to be interesting to see the plays and the ideas that their coaches send them out onto the court with as this game heads into the second half.
It's just a big dependent or a effect or cause of how the Barons have to play on the offensive side is their size. They don't have the people to match up against Lapel and those big forwards underneath the hoop. So how are you going to create shots down low when you have good shooters like that? Yeah, you're going to try to make plays beyond the arc, but it just hadn't worked in the first quarter. And we saw the Barons make adjustments. That's how you know there's good coaching going on, because it wasn't working in the first quarter at all. They were down by 5, and it should have been by more. Leo was missing possessions on their side, and the Barons were able to come back, and what seemed like it was going to be a rough game for the Barons, they came back here in the end of the second quarter.
Yep, and while we have the time, we'd also love to shout out all of you watching tonight. We thank you so much. We couldn't be doing this without your support, and we hope that while you're out there listening to us commentate and watching this game unfold, that you will send in some comments telling us what we could do better, or just supporting the Lady Barons as they head on out through this game, only down by 2, 23-21. And not quite sure right now if you can hear the pep band, but they're going at it throughout this halftime. And Matthew, we thank you for joining us throughout this basketball season from your time in pep band.
Both are fun. It's hard to make a choice.
I think there's also a lot of school spirit as the Barons head on out. They want to close this semester off with a good win over the Lions. I mean, they're going to have a couple games over break, but I'm not sure exactly what their schedule is as they head into finals week next week.
Yeah, morale is definitely higher on the DeKalb side of things. 1 week left to go of the year. You can feel Christmas is coming.
Yeah, there's definitely been some spirit. We're able to see so many lights and decorations out. We're having snow coming next week for all of those at DeKalb High School who are tuning in possibly. Make sure you remember Monday is PJ Day. I'm not sure the rest of the lineup. I think Tuesday's Twin Day. We can pull those up pretty soon. Yep, Wednesday is holiday accessories for Santa and elf hats, holiday socks, character day on Thursday, and ugly sweaters on Friday.
I'll be sure to wear my Purdue sweatshirt Friday then.
Oh, wow. Wait a... I don't know what to say about that. I really don't.
It's in the description, ugly sweatshirt. I will be wearing my ugly sweatshirt.
Wow.
It's got PU in the name.
I can't really trash talk you there after IU's been smoking everyone.
Dang right they have been. #1 team in the nation.
I bet you're proud of that.
I am proud of it. I single-handedly rooted them on to being #1. Me and me only.
It was just you.
Yeah. If it weren't for me, we probably would have lost a lot of games.
You're right, you're right. You know, I wonder what Bloomington was like after IU won the national or the Big Ten tournament.
I can tell you what my basement was like. There's confetti everywhere. It was just me.
Of course, you had confetti in your basement ready for it.
I shook up like a root beer and started spraying at the TV screen. We got to buy a new TV. It is what it is. Hoosiers won a championship. I didn't do any of that. My mom would have killed me.
Well, glad to hear she's keeping you in check.
I was going to go around the neighborhood, and every Ohio State fan I knew playing a big IU flag in their yard, but I didn't have any IU flags, so.
That's too bad. I mean, my dad's an Ohio State fan, but even I think that's funny.
I was going to TP people's houses, but it would have been good TPing. It would have looked nicer, is what I guess what I'm trying to say. What's the opposite of TPing? Decorating. Decorating houses.
Decorating houses with some IU ornaments.
Yeah, some IU swag.
Some red and white toilet paper.
Crimson and cream.
Oh. My bad.
Yeah.
I was really off there.
Yeah, it's a completely different shade.
Yep, and looking into next week, the Barons are taking on 3 different teams. 2 of them. The first is on the 16th against Prairie Heights. The second is on the 18th against Tippecanoe Valley. And then the third is going to be on that Saturday on the 20th. Trying to give it to you. There's one conference team that's doing really good this season in girls basketball, and it's Belmont. I mean, they've just been crushing everyone they play. They have one loss to like a 6A Fort Wayne school, but they are just running the conference right now. Yeah, they have already taken the first win over the Barons, and I mean, it's a tough loss. They're a good team. They're a really good team. So here we are able to see the Lady Barons and Lions warming up and heading onto the court.
So far, what the Barons did in the first half was a good job of stopping Leah Chappelle for Leo. And they got to continue to do that in the second half. And I think that might be one of the biggest factors. She on average scores like, oh, good word. I lost my set. She on average scores 16.2 points per game. So she has been doing really good on the offensive glass so far, on the offensive side of things so far this year, and the Barons have been able to shut her down in the first half, so they got to keep doing that in the second half.
That's a great math.
Hi, Emma. How are you? What's your input on the game? We have 3 people's inputs.
I don't know that much about basketball, but it's very interesting. So far, I like what I've seen so far. I feel like we haven't been backing down, but we have to keep the energy going in the second half of the game. Otherwise, we'll get like too far of a lead. That's pretty much all I have to say.
25 seconds left to go in the half. The Barons looking, they will not have the ball, so they're going to be on the defensive side of things to start. They're going to need a stop here, down by 2 early.
Here we go.
Huge momentum setter. Let's see what Leo did to try to stop that momentum that Dekalb had going into the second quarter. It just looks like it's going to be quick points for Lapel, and she's going to be fouled as she goes up for the shot. That might be a good foul. She hasn't been doing really well from the free throw line so far this game. So instead of having an open 2, she now has to shoot 2 shots from the free throw line.
First shot. Deal line at 25. I think that's coming down the court now, passing the Alex. And putting it up, but not quite making it. The line great signal from Travis Dolan.
On the defensive side, able to get the 2 opportunity points right there. Now it's back on the 2-point ball game.
But not quite making it. Abby Harris now with the ball.
Possession, take care of the ball here. Don't want to throw it away. Barons will inbound the ball underneath their own hoop.
Abby Harris passing it into Ella.
I'm guessing that case.
Yeah.
Actually, no. 2 shots from Lapel at the line. Chance to extend the lead. The second one does fall in. Barons down by 4. Arlington trying to find a lane. Good move down low and couldn't get that layup to fall in. Leo in quick transition.
Long passes there.
Looking for Lapel underneath the hoop. She kicks it back out to Iron. Where I don't know. No, my bad.
Not quite making it. We have Abby Harris passing the ball in to Nixon, and she makes it.
One-point ball game. 26-27. Gibson from 3, and she nails that one. No problem. From way beyond the arc. Maybe NBA 3. Sparkman, open 3 on the left corner. Going to get it to fall in, but that's going to be out of bounds on Kyla. Leo will inbound the ball. Mackenzie Collins taking it up for Leo. Giving to Davis, who just made that huge three down low. Kicks it out. Collins thought about a three, and they're going to call a travel. And the Barons are going to have the ball, 26-30. Abby Harris taking it up for the Barons. And she's having a little bit of trouble getting across the timeline, and the Barons are going to end up, or Leo's going to end up knocking that pass away and come up with the ball. Long pass to the left wing. Collins looking for a shot underneath the basket, and that's going to be blocked by Molly Sonnenberg, and Collins is mad about that call. Have to be a little bit more aggressive and finish the play, and especially move on. Molly's going to pass that one a little ahead of Abby Harris. She couldn't get the ball into her hands before it went out of bounds. And Pixley is going to call a timeout for the Barons. Can't be giving away possessions like that in these type of close games, especially when you might be a little bit of the underdog. You have every situation, you got to capitalize on it.
Still a 4-point lead with the Lions. As long as the Barons don't let them get too far, then we still have a chance.
Yeah, just keep this game within 5 as you go into the fourth quarter. Just stick with them.
Definitely.
Don't have to be leading.
Girls are taking the court again after that timeout. And Leo will start with possession.
And Collins will be taking it up the court for the Barons. Or for Leo, pardon me. Big possession here to try to extend this maybe beyond a 2-possession game. She does jack up the three, no good.
Tegan Jordan just able to pick that up then. Here we go, Barons heading in, trying to get inside the paint. Something they weren't able to do much of the first half. But there, Abby Harris tearing it up from 3, gets another.
What a shot from way downtown, and those are the ones that can really make a difference in games like these. And they're going to call Ellington Sparkman for the reach on the defensive side. It'll be her first foul of the night, but the Barons' 4th foul of the quarter, and Leo is now in bonus. Again, your friendly reminder that 5 fouls for each quarter does give the opposing team bonus plus or 2 shots automatically at the foul line.
Yep, so right now is not the best position for the Barons to be in. There we go, Leo going up. Foul called. And that's going to send the Lions straight up to the line every single foul from now on.
Harris picks up her 2nd foul of the night. What wasn't a foul-heavy game for the Barons in the first half has turned into one in the second half. Pell drains her first one. Again, Leo's best free throw shooter. And gets the second one to fall in.
Here we go, Abby Harris taking it around the court, passing it to Sonnenberg, working their way around the outside. We're going to see how the Barons are able to establish themselves. Harris driving in and gets the +1. Now's their time. Possibly the Barons matching the Lions here in the 3rd quarter.
And it's for a 3-point ball game. This would be a huge 3-point ball game, or 3-point play.
And we're really going to want to see the Barons tying it up here.
Abby Harris, 74% from free throw line so far this season.
There's one more. 32-32.
She just helped out her average.
And such an important shot for this season. That's going to be huge, tying the Barons up. There, a nice play by the Lions.
Great touch there by Lapel underneath the basket. That's just one of those plays you see in college, and she just did that in high school. It is really astounding of how she has the touch for the ball and able to get that one to fall in.
Yep, and there a three from the corner does not go in for Tegan Jordan, and the Lions are able to take it, sending it down. The Lions are working their way around the outside edge.
They try to kick it out to Davis so they could get a three. She decides not to take it.
Not getting it there. The Lions are put on defense. Sparkman going in. It's the and one.
And that's a huge play. She was able to make a great move in the paint, create some separation, and get the layup there. Two big possessions for the Barons back to back. They got one, a block on the defensive side of things underneath the basket, and then they got 2 points underneath the basket, plus a chance for a three-point play. This would be to ultimately take the lead.
Yep, it's going to be an important shot here. Not quite getting it, but slowly and surely, the Barons are breaking down these Lions in this third quarter. There, right into the arms of Sparkman.
Collins hit the deck there, skewed her path of the ball.
Not quite, but Sparkman able to get the rebound there, and a foul called.
And that might be going up against Emma Connolly. That will be against Collins, and she picks up her third foul of the night and will take a seat. One of the starting five for Leo.
Yep, and that's going to be a struggle if they get into foul trouble here in the fourth quarter. 3 fouls. And that's rough. You can't go too far or you'll be out of this game.
Great pass there by Molly. Ellington just couldn't finish it underneath the hoop.
Nice shot there by the Barons. Abby Harris getting the ball, rushing down court, settling herself a little bit, sending it to the outside. Sparkman putting it up, not quite off the rim.
Didn't get the ball quick enough to Sparkman. She had a better look if they would have gotten it to her half a second earlier, but instead it was a little bit delayed, and that might have caused them to miss the shot.
And a foul called here. Lions are stepping up to the line. 34-34. This could send the Lions ahead.
Rain Freed picked up her first foul of the night with that one.
There's one. Here we go, a chance at two, and taking the Lions lead to 36-34. Barons heading down court. Harris looking cool under pressure there. Not rushing anything. Barons still looking to work their way around and find that open shot. A nice pass inside.
Good play there by Tegan. Get the rebound. She probably should have kicked it out and reset. Missed the layup underneath. That's going to cause the Barons a costly possession.
Yep, in the moment, that's a tough call to make, whether to go for it while you're underneath the basket or to send it out. A lot of nerves there. 1:30 left.
Good ball movement there by Leo.
Yep, Lions are working the court well, but the Barons still able to take them on defense. A rough miss there, nice layup, but lucky for the Barons, it sent it out and they get the rebound. Sparkman putting it up and circles around the drain, not quite making it in.
Yeah, and she's missed quite a few here in the third quarter, so sometimes you have to recognize it's just not going to be your night from beyond the arc and dish it out to someone else. But Sparkman has been doing really good at driving into the lane, so she might want to think about doing that next time.
Yep, and there's another tough foul called on the Barons. Number 41 stepping up to the line. Leah Chappelle, she doesn't miss much. And we're hoping that numbers don't match the game. But there she is for one.
But one of the things that's underestimated is ability for one to get to the foul line. She's such a good player that teams just often send her to the foul line because she is just good at creating plays and putting the defender behind her where the defender has no choice but to foul her.
A lot of double teaming here, moving the Leo defense around, attacking this DeKalb offense. Lions able to snag the ball away, and no foul called, 34-38. Lions have possession in the last 30 seconds of the quarter.
That might have been one of those scenarios where you think about calling the timeout if you're the Barons. You had the ball, had the possession, you're down by 4. It might have been big. Get 2 points in before the end of the third quarter.
Off by a ways off the backboard, but the Lions, Leah Chappelle, able to get that, catch it, the rebound, and able to get in with the layup. Abby Harris sending it up, not getting it before the quarter. 34-40. Lions lead this ball game.
Leo started to figure things out there at the end of the third. They kind of put DeKalb off their balance, and you could tell it was a tie ball game at one point, and now it is 6 points in favor of the Lions, so we're going to have to see some adjustments from DeKalb on their offensive side. How are you going to create better plays? I personally like putting Ellington Sparkman and getting her in a one-on-one matchup and create those separation down low and get the layup because she's been so good down there and finding an open lane and taking it. If you're Leo, you just keep doing what you're doing. You make DeKalb make adjustments, and then once they adjust, you adjust yourself. No reason to move away from what's working.
15 seconds left of this timeout, and the Barons are going to need to come up with something profound. They're really going to need to get on a hot streak here to catch the Lions in the fourth quarter. Here we go, Barons ball. Sonnenberg passing it into Harris. Lions meeting her past the timeline. Able to get it across. Chindalan out in the corner. And there she gets a jumper.
And we haven't seen many of those shots tonight from the Barons, but those are ones that really work for them.
Yes, they do, and they're going to need to see some more of those as this game goes on because they have done well there. Nixon getting the rebound there for the second time. Sending it down court into the arms of Chappelle. But Harris is able to snag it back. Sends it to Chindalan, sends it up.
A little bit off course. Leo needs to slow it. Leo needs to slow it down here. They might want to think about chewing up clock, but you're only up by 4, so points is also necessary.
Here we go, Lions sending it into Chappelle in the paint. Not finding that opening, but from the 3, number 21 takes it. And there, it's a 7-point lead for the Lions, 36-43.
The Barons are going to call a timeout to rethink their offensive scheme.
Yeah, they're just going to need to do a better job of converting on those opportunities. They've had so many looks at threes and so many looks in the paint, and they're just not converting them into points on the board.
Yeah, you got to find a way to finish those shots, especially in those type of scenarios.
What I am happy to see, though, is that they're not playing as docile as they were earlier this week against their previous opponent.
Yeah, they've been a lot more aggressive, crashing to the glass and moving a little bit more quicker and just with more authority. A lot more confidence and just spark within this Baron team than there was Wednesday. Or was that Tuesday?
One of them. I think Tuesday.
Days just run together now.
They do, but we've got 1 week left, and then we've got a long break ahead of us. But we still will be covering home events here at DeKalb High School, including the boys and girls varsity basketball tournaments on their respective dates.
That one's going to be out of bounds on Collins for Leo. Barons have a chance to eat into this lead. Huge possession here.
Yep, they can't rush this. They need to get some points on the board here. Barons are going to need to find that opening behind this tough Leo defense. Working around the outside. Nope, but into the arms of Nixon. And Leo gets the rebound after 2 missed shots there from the Barons.
I think what Kyla saw there when she took that 3 is that Ella was all alone by herself underneath the basket, which meant that if she took that 3, she was going to be able to get the rebound, and she did there. They just weren't able to do anything with it.
Yep, and a great steal there, not getting the layup, but there she draws the foul. A chance for 2 points here.
That's Chappelle's first foul of the night. She would be in no trouble.
Nope, looks like she's staying in. No reason to bench their top player. Here, Chindalan misses the first and has a chance for a second. There's one, 37-43. Lions up by 6. Still with possession, the Barons are putting on some more full court pressure, giving the Lions some more opportunity to rush into the paint, but they are keeping the Lions on their toes as they've been rethinking their strategies throughout this game. Chappelle with a nice jumper there.
And that's a killer for Dekalb. Now down by 8.
Yeah, this game, no doubt she's living up to expectations. Chappelle has done a great job in all aspects, really, on defense, rebounds, in every way. But there's Chindalan under the basket, gets a 2.
Great steal there, great steal. You don't see many steals in girls basketball, but he did there, and she gets another turnover.
Yep, and she just was trying to rush it a little bit too much, and Chindalan just sends it away into the hands of the Lions.
Collins gets that one to fall in underneath the glass. A great free throw layup there.
Sending it out to the corner. Sparkman gets the jumper, not quite. We hear Lions go. Chappelle taking it down the court, rushing in. Davis takes it from the corner.
You don't really need 3s in this scenario. Right now, you just need to outlast the offense of the Barons. If the Barons score 2, you just go down the other side and score 2. They score 1, you score 1. And in no way do you have to ever shoot a 3. Even if the Barons shoot a 3 on their side, you're up by so much that only 2 points will do for Leo.
Yeah, and the Barons aren't often converting those points in these situations. Tonight has just not been their night. They've been playing well, but in the perspective of shots made, just not quite their night. There's one for the Barons, down by 7 to the Lions.
We've seen the Barons come back from some big deficits this season, and they look to do so here. A risky pass there on the Leo's offensive side.
Yeah, nice effort there by Abby Harris trying to get the snag, but the Lions are just able to get the basket there, and there's going to be a timeout called.
Yeah, Leo's going to call a timeout there, which is interesting. I don't think their coach likes that laziness pass there.
Yep, and this is a full minute timeout. Well, overall, this has been a very tough, close game between the Lions and Dekalb. It's rough watching. We're really going to need to see some of the Lady Barons stepping up and turning up those percentages as they get closer to the finale of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Barons, this has been a closer game than what the scoreboard represents right now. I mean, it was back and forth all game, especially in that first half. Yeah, Leo always had a lead, but the Barons were just right there with them, and it's just finally got away from them.
Yep, we've seen the Barons go on streaks before, and we're hoping that they can pull something out just like that right now. Here we go, Baron ball. Sonnenberg passing it into Harris. Just some risky passes there by the Barons, just trying to send it over the heads of Leo defenders, giving them ample time to possibly snag it out of the air. They've been getting pretty lucky with those. But here, Chindalin's up to the charity stripe for the third time this quarter. I think it's only been her.
Yeah, she's really good at drawing fouls down low.
And there's one. It's going to be a bit big for the Barons. A confidence boost here. Just an injection saying we are in this game, trying to scare Leo. There's a nice. There are 2 points for the Barons, down by 7, 42-49. Leo's ball.
There's no forecourt press being applied by the Bears. I think that's a little bit, just an interesting choice here. I think they can make plays just like that on the defensive side, and they don't want to get burnt by running the full court press.
There it is, a nice layup by Kylie Chindalan. She didn't rush it. She took her time under the basket and got that. Down by 5. We've seen some great anticipation by the Barons.
Collins thought about taking that three, doesn't, just dishes it inside the lapel.
Yeah, Kylie not trying to get a foul there, and the Lions just able to get over her.
They're going to call travel on Ella Nixon.
Yep, that's going to be rough. Here we go, Lions ball working around the arc. Huh. We're gonna see them, and looks like they're just trying to spend time off the clock. They're up by 7, and it's good. Barons just gonna need to either draw a foul or anticipate that where they're passing it to next and get the steal. But right now, they're just running down this clock.
Yeah, you don't foul yet. You just got to anticipate where the pass is going to go, and eventually that will happen. That's kind of disrespectful by Leo. You normally don't start doing that till there's only about 2 minutes or 1 minute, 30 seconds left.
But if anything, that should fire up the Barons and get them going. There's a foul called.
Whoa, looks like it is going to go against Leo.
Yep, and any more at this point will send the Barons to the line, and that could be big as this game winds down, because the Barons are not too far behind and have possession right now.
They just need a quick 2 right here. Somehow get a screen right off the basket. They didn't get one, and they're just going to look to set up a play. Harris
off the rim.
We're probably going to see Leo just try to dribble this one out even longer. They might not even attempt another shot again unless they have a completely open look.
There, off the hands of Chindalan. It's still Lions ball, 2:13 left on the clock. There's Hartsaw coming in for Ella Nixon. We're going to see what she can do in these final 2 minutes.
She's really aggressive and fast, and that's what you really want, especially if Leo's going to play this type of style of ball where they're just going to pass it out and drain off the clock. Kyla picks up her 4th foul of the night. She is going to stay in. She's going to be careful, and she's been a key asset this game so far in a turnover on Leo's side.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to take her out considering all she's done so far. especially when we're inside the 3-point line. She's done multiple field goals, a couple free throws here and there, and it's really contributed to this Barron offense. And not to mention her multiple steals.
You got a minute 56 here. You might want to start to heat it up. Start going a little faster.
Still passing around the arc. Haven't changed much in that regard. Chindalan going up and draws the foul. She has a chance for 2.
She's been really good at getting to the foul line so far this quarter.
Yep, this could be big.
Chappelle picks up her second foul tonight.
Just off to the side.
Carla's pretty good. She's 41% from the field overall this year.
And she's been doing pretty well tonight. And here she has a chance for a second. There it is. 45-51, down by 6.
A timeout called by Leo before they lost the ball on their side.
Yeah, that's a smart timeout there. Here we go, a minute 40 left on the clock. This is shaping up to be a dicey one.
Barons don't need 3-pointers yet. They just need to go down the court and get a quick 2, but they need to stop here, especially when Leo tries to inbound it.
Here we go. Timeout is over, and the Lady Barons are taking the court first. Lions headed out after them. Lions passing it in. Barons are going to want to get a steal here if they're able. Still, Lions ball.
Just need to do that again, and hopefully it goes out of bounds on Leo.
Not quite able to get into Leo's hands. Hartzog smacking that one away.
She's so fast and so quick that those things are bound to happen. It looks like a player is open, and all of a sudden she comes in and takes the ball away.
Oh, and there's a foul called on Harris.
Might be a good foul, though. We'll see. If Chappelle can miss these 2 and put Barons back in a good position.
Yep, and Barons are not happy with that foul call. But there she misses 1. She gets the second, putting them up by 7.
Just need a quick 2. Gotta hurry up down the court. Don't have too much time.
No, they do not. And now Harris is getting double teamed, triple teamed there. From the corner, Riley Hartstall putting it up for 3.
Full court press here. This is big. Only a 4-point deficit. Can't let Leo take any shots.
Sparkman almost getting a steal there, smacking it away, but not quite. There's going to be another foul called.
And that one was a little questionable. She looked like she had her hands up. She definitely hit Chappelle's arm, but
didn't look like she hit it, though.
No, it kind of looked like Chappelle leaned into her.
But there they get 1.
This is exactly who you want at the line if you're Leo.
And 2. That's going to leave a bad taste in the Barons' mouth. They've got 1 minute to go, down by 6. They need to get it moving here. They need to get some shots off.
Just got to get a screen off the top and create a free like that.
Off the rim, and it is into the hands of Davis.
Just get them to not get across the timeline. That'd be huge.
But there they get it.
And they're not going to shoot again. You're going to have to foul.
I thought they were going to foul sooner, but they're just not getting there.
25 seconds left.
Still not fouling.
Had to foul a little bit quicker.
That took a long time. Took a lot of time off the clock for the Barons. Okay, I was wondering, it looked like they were lining up for a free throw, but they're not into bonus yet. So the Lions will be sending it in from the side.
And the Barons have one last chance to try to get a turnover here when Leo inbounds the ball.
Sending it up.
Got to foul immediately.
Or get a steal. There's the foul. And Chappelle is down, holding her head. Hopefully she is okay. Not quite sure.
It looked like she hit her head when she fell down. Might have just gotten the wind knocked out of her, though.
Well, that's what we can hope for. She's not headed off. So glad to see she's up and standing. Here we go, Leo at the line.
As long as she sinks one, it kind of puts this game out of reach. She does there. 7-point ball game. And she might think about missing this one. It could cause the Barons more time, but she doesn't.
Yep, there's one, and the Barons are headed down court. 15 seconds to go.
Need a quick three. Only got 13 seconds.
Not much time at all. There's a foul.
And that might be how Leo wins the game. As long as you foul away from the ball, the Barons aren't going to be able to come back within 8 just by shooting free throws here in the last 11 seconds.
Nope, no matter how good they are. There's one. Down by 7. Off and into the hands of Leo. Sending it out.
And a foul on the Barons, and that will pretty much put this game away. 3-possession ball game with only 7 seconds.
Yeah, under wraps, the Lions have just done a great job controlling tonight. Most of Leo's just staying back because they know Dekalb can't do much here.
Yeah, it was just really good play in the fourth quarter. They finally found a way to shut down Dekalb's offense that was doing good in that end of the second quarter. And it ended up just smothering this Dekalb offense. Like, this wasn't that deep as Leo's. That was what the crucial point in this game was.
Yep, and the Lions had a great game tonight, taking this 56-49, putting the Barons at 0-2 in the conference. Lady Barons just did a great job tonight, but just not able to hang on to this tough Leo team.
Yeah, and you hope maybe Ruth Schmidt might be able to come back in at the end of the season, but she is said to be out for the rest of the season, so a big world of hurt there for the Barons. And their senior Mia Hauser's out too. So 2 really good players for the Cal Barons are out. So you wonder if they were in, how that would change the game. We will never know. So you got to look forward to the next game, and especially how you play at the end of the game. You look forward to how you play. Sometimes how you play at the end of the game carries over to how you play at the beginning of your next game. I thought the Barons fought every single minute, even when it was obvious they weren't going to win. They played every single second of the game, and that's what you like to see from the Barons.
Yep, a great job tonight, and we're looking forward to bringing you live action here next week. No boys games, but we'll see the Lady Barons in action against Prairie Heights on the 16th. And we are hoping that more of you will join again and tune in to us here at BTV. We'd like to thank our full crew here tonight: Romeo Avila, Cooper Eads, Emma Books, Matthew Schumann, and myself, Wyatt Nepper.
Good night, everyone. This has been High